Good morning. Well, here I am again. Your non-favorite YouTuber. Okay. So, the whiteboard is clear over there today. This morning, the whiteboard's clear. I had put a bunch of stuff up just in case Harris had snuck in there. You know, because those commies, they cheated like crazy last time, and I think they got the hint they better not do it again because it was going to be serious dismantling of the system, so to speak. Because sure can't have no commies sitting up there in the Oval Office, right? Okay. Time for some coffee. We're encroaching on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Kind of crazy, huh? Kind of crazy. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. I have a lot of things on my mind, but I'm not sure what I wanted to specifically speak about this morning, but I thought I'd just kind of want to check in because I'm still busy doing stuff. I'm going to be on the way up there on the roof here in a while because just got work to do. Got to be up there. I got to think about how I want to do some stuff. Namely hauling mortar up to repoint my chimney. So got to get up there and do that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that all by my lonesome, but I'll get it done. I always do. So anyway, yesterday I was up there and I cleaned the old mortar on the chimney with the brass bristled small brush. Get any crud out of there that might have been growing. Give it a bit of time to air out a bit. Looks pretty darn good though otherwise. It definitely needs, to be repointed. It's 5-gallon bucket. That's the way you do a lot of things. Get stuff pre-prepared on the ground and haul it up. It's got to come up with you on your belt some way or another. Yeah. Anyway, I do a lot of dangerous things like that you don't know about. But, when you do things, especially by yourself, it's more dangerous because you only got you to rely on. That's it, And you can't have no accident. It's either get it done or don't do it. So one or the other. You don't have a choice. You either get it done or you don't do it. Because accidents are not an option. No. Not an option. Especially in today's world where you don't know what they're going to, stick you with. Right? If something happens, we're going to just have to give you this. No. Nope. No numbing agents, no nothing. It's all gone for me. If I die, I die. It's the way it is. I don't trust nobody now. No doctor, no nurse, nobody. Even, nurses that I knew, they wouldn't, I gotta keep my job, And I was like, no. Oh, it's good for you. Nope. 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 Yeah. Anyway, so here a year or two ago, I talked about UFOs a bit, and I told you my feelings on UFOs. I feel that the UFO itself is a prop. It is some kind of a technology. But I believe that demons made the technology. They made the UFOs just as a deceivement for humans, you know, because there's so many gullible humans out there that believe anything but God, you know. So it's very easy for the demonic to trick human beings. But anyway, we are not off course for the revolt, the rapture, and the rise of the Antichrist. We are not off course. We are not off course. You cannot change the course of God. We're still heading down that path. So do not get lulled into, you know, having parties because your, you know, elected official is on his way to being inaugurated in January or whatnot. Don't get lulled into complacency. No, you need to stay on top of things. Stay alert. Eyes open, ears open, mouth shut. Keep aware of what's going on. But those things are still happening, even though it may not seem like it. Okay? But the UFO thing, I talked about a couple of books. I thought it was 3, but it was actually 2. And I found them, and I got them here. I'm going to show them to you. Between these 2 books, reading these 2 books, I mean, I always had heard, oh, aliens are demons and this and that. I mean, I heard every other I heard every theory, right? But I also know the kind of technology that our own government has, you know, and it is very, very crazy technology, right? But there's crazier technology, and that's the UFOs, right? So, anyway, we talk about aliens, though. Aliens are behind the UFO thing. And I always thought in the back of my mind aliens could be demons trying to deceive people. But that's just one of the several theories that I would always look at and think about. I always like a mystery. But some mysteries ain't so good. You got to find out what's going on. Anyway, so years ago in the 60s, the 1960s, this book came out. It was in the elementary school library, right? I know it was in there because I went in there to see somebody about something. And I said, "Oh, while I'm here, let me check out your books," you know, because I've always been a book guy anyway. So, yeah, the lady there said, "Yeah, go ahead." So I went and looked on the shelves, and I saw these books on UFOs, believe it or not, and I thought, what on earth? What's this doing here? You know, I mean, this really isn't like a kid's book, you know. And anyway, I picked them both up, looked at them. And this particular book caught my eye for some reason. I don't know what it was. And then I went and I checked it out. I checked it out at the adult library later. They had it too. So I went and I checked it out at the adult library. And I read the whole thing, and it didn't really, I just kind of read it with an open, to be kind of open to the idea of whatever it was trying to say. I shouldn't say the word open. I wasn't really open to it. I was just like, it was supposed to be thought-provoking, right? It was a thought-provoking read. And then I read it, and it was kind of like about, you know, kind of like what basically you hear about Men in Black being based on these days. So it was this book called Flying Saucers and the Three Men by Albert K. Bender. Okay, this guy lived here in New England, and he had some kind of a worldwide UFO investigative network, whatnot. Anyway, all of this stuff happened to him. And here a few years ago, I thought, I'd like to read that book again, because I haven't read that book in a long time. And so I bought a copy, and this is a paperback version. And I read it, and I thought, man, okay, yeah, this, because when I read this, between the time I had read this back in decades ago, and the time I picked it up just a few short years ago, I read another book, this one. Everybody's seen that book, right? Communion with Whitley Streiber. Yeah. So, I read this book years ago, forgot about it. In between sometime, I picked this book up at a used book sale and read it. Still didn't put two and two together, because I had forgot what was in this book, because it was decades ago. So I read this book, and then I just recently read this book again about 3 years ago, and I was like, wow, these two books, you put what this one says and what this one says, you put these two together, and automatically, and there's a third element here, you have to be a Christian. So you have to be a Christian. So being a Christian, and you read these two books, okay, and you will see that aliens are demons. This is irrefutable evidence, in my opinion. I mean, why would those guys, pen something decades apart that was like two pieces to a puzzle? They didn't know each other, right? I mean, it's just too uncanny. Anyway, I'm running out of time. I got a couple minutes left here. So I thought, man, that's crazy, but that makes perfect sense. You'll find some things in the Bender book. You'll find some things as a Christian. You'll find them offensive when they start speaking about Jesus a little bit here, about what the quote-unquote aliens had to say about Jesus, right? But you can get through that. You put your adult trousers on and you can wade through it, okay? Yeah, but that was pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty crazy, pretty interesting. Yeah. I got a couple more things to talk about too, so I think I'll just go ahead and stop this video and come back in another one. So I'll see you over there.